What's up guys, Shro again back here with the PvP portion of this video. Let's hop right into it. There are some talents that you're probably going to always take in PvP, and those talents are probably going to be Echoing Shock, Earth and Rage, and Master of the Elements. You're probably not going to go Stormkeeper, or Storm Elemental in PvP. It's just not going to happen. You're probably always going to go Nature's Guardian in PvP, and you're probably always going to go Stormkeeper in PvP, okay? But the rest of these talents are kind of up in the air. Now, for me personally, for Arena, let's talk about Arena first, because this is where the competitive nature of the game comes in. Arena is, obviously what I play mostly. I don't really do rated Battlegrounds. I will be doing rated Battlegrounds in Season 1 of Shadowlands, but Arena is where my main focus is. So we're going to talk about Arena first. So I will give you guys my Arena talents, and we'll go over PvP talents as well. So this is what I will be running for PvP for Season 1 of Shadowlands. This is what I will be running. The reason I will be running Earthshield, because this may be the one talent that stands out the most to you right now, is that, guys, I'm going to make another video that you will see probably after this one. It'll come out in a day or so. Earthshield makes you into an unkillable god. I'm not even kidding. Earthshield is very good right now. The reason you go Earth and Rage is because most of the time, against like melee cleaves and even spell cleaves, you're not going to be able to cast. So it's good to have some consistent damage that's just going out and applying some sort of pressure, because in PvP you're not going to get a lot of value out of Echo, because you're not going to need the double Lava Burst charges, because you're going to be relying mostly on Lava Surge procs. I have messed around with Static Discharge a little bit in PvP, and honestly, it's not too bad. But the thing is that you have to have Lightning Shield equipped to use it. So if you are in a situation where, you're dying, essentially, you're not going to get much value out of it. I mean, right here, Static Discharge did about 2,000 damage. It's not that much damage. It can crit, which means that, each tick of it could do a little bit more damage, but honestly, it really doesn't do enough damage, I think, to, be worth it. You're probably better off just going Earth and Rage, but Static Discharge is okay. I mean, you could combine Static Discharge with your Lightning Lasso, and it will do, a little bit more damage. But, I mean, it gives you a little bit more burst every 30 seconds. They're on the same cooldown, so you just time them together, make a macro out of it, whatever you want to do. But honestly, I think Earth and Rage is probably going to be better overall. We might see Static Discharge. I might play around with it sometime in the future. Like I said, if you pair it with Lightning Lasso, it's pretty good. But, it's pretty much just single target, and you're going to be doing pretty much no damage outside of those cooldowns with it, essentially. So that's why I take Earth and Rage. It just does a little bit of extra damage, every few seconds. Doesn't hit for that much, but it hits for something. It's not completely worthless. And I like it. It looks aesthetically cool. So it's just going to be a little bit of extra consistent damage that goes out. It's basically like having an extra dot, and that's pretty much it. So you go Echoing Shock, because Echoing Shock's synergy with Lava Burst and Stormkeeper in Arena is just too good, especially if you run Necrolord. You're going to be able to use Echoing Shock as well as the Primordial Wave to just get plenty of Lava Bursts out, and you can Primordial Wave, Echoing Shock, Lava Burst, and just do tons of damage with one global, just a lot of Lava Burst damage coming out, and it's instant cast pretty much, so all of it's instant cast, so you can't prevent the damage. Honestly, the way it used to be before on beta, you would pair Echoing Shock up with Stormkeeper, and it wouldn't eat your second Stormkeeper charge. But if you look, if I Stormkeeper, Echoing Shock, and then I Lightning Bolt, the Echoing Shock will actually consume my next Stormkeeper. So honestly, you're probably better off just casting Stormkeeper, using your Echoing Shock for your Lava Burst, with a Primordial Wave if you're Necrolord, and then just pumping out damage through instant casts like that. And that's pretty much going to be your burst in Arena every 30 seconds, every minute. You're essentially going to be able to pull that out. You go Primal Elementalist for the extra defensive out of Earth Elemental, and that's pretty much it. You're also going to go, it for the extra damage out of your Fire Elemental because it's just extra passive damage that you just have to hit the button and forget about it. You don't have to think about it. It's just you putting out pressure like a pet class, kind of like a BM Hunter, without really having to worry about, actively doing damage or casting. So that's why you go Primal Elementalist in Arena. And most of your damage is going to be through instant casts, and, most of the time as ELE, you're not going to be able to cast Lightning Bolt or Chain Lightning in Arena. The times that you're going to be able to cast is going to be when you've got the other team on the defensive, or when you are able to get peeled for by your teammate, which is why you're probably going to be running with something with a lot of CC this expansion, like a Warlock, Shadow Priest, Rogue, Warrior, etc. Something that you can get somebody to peel for you with, essentially. I plan to really try to run with a Warlock or a Shadow Priest. That's my goal right now, and I just don't have a Shadow Priest friend to run Arena with. Let's talk about PvP talents for Arena right now. Pretty much, you're gonna go Lightning Lasso. It's another instant cast, 30-second cooldown. It's a huge cooldown, does a lot of damage. The rest of this is gonna be situational. I've been using Swelling Waves because I've been using Earth Shield in PvP. Having Swelling Waves gives you an extra heal on yourself for 50% of your healing surge, and with Earth Shield, it gives you an additional 20% extra healing on that second heal. That's 50%. It's really good. Basically, I've been using it in Arena, but I mean, honestly, you might be going Spectral Recovery in the future. I don't really know exactly yet. I don't think Control of Lava for Arena is very good. But ultimately, you're probably going to be going like Lightning Lasso and Grounding Totem for Spellcaster teams, for Double Caster teams. You're going to be using Counter-Strike Totem for double melee teams because it gives you a good defensive. If you're going up against a Mage and a Shadow Priest, you're probably going to want to go Purifying Waters with Grounding Totem. Your PvP talents are always going to be situational, guys. You really should think about what you're queuing into. You're going to be able to change your talents and see what you're going against before every arena match. So just keep that in mind. If you're going against double melee, just think about it like Counter-Strike Totem is going to be your best friend. Maybe go Swelling Waves or Spectral Recovery to give you a little bit of extra movement speed to kite away from these melee teams. If you're playing with like a Resto Druid or a Holy Pally, you might want to go Spirit Wolf even to give you an even greater amount of, distance essentially on your kiting ability against like warriors or death knights, etc. Rep pallies, etc. So yeah, keep that in mind. PvP talents are situational at best. Most of the time for like Arena, I've just been running this because it gives me the most amount of survivability. If it's Double Caster, I'll change this out to Grounding Totem, but I've just been using Swelling Waves because the amount of extra healing that you do with Earth Shield is insane with Swelling Waves. So like I've been single-handedly being able to keep myself alive with this one talent combination right here. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for Arena. So for Rated Battlegrounds, at some point I will be getting this legendary, the Chains of Devastation. This legendary for Battlegrounds is extremely good. With Earth Shield, again, this thing becomes god tier. And I was wondering, like, the first time I saw it was in the PvP honor vendor. I was just like, what the hell? Like, this isn't useful in Arena. Like, it is a little bit, but I mean, Chain Lightning breaks CC. If you're playing with like a Warlock, it might break the Fear. If you're playing with a Mage, it'll break the Polymorph. You have no control over that, so you wouldn't want to use it in Arena. But in Battlegrounds, this thing is so good. In Rated Battlegrounds, I will be using this legendary 100%. You cannot convince me that I will not be using it in BGs. This thing makes you so good. It makes you into a super hybrid healer. Like in Battlegrounds, 50% extra damage on a Chain Lightning. Pair that with Stormkeeper, you are going to shred people. If you have a big group of players, Stormkeeper, cast a Chain Heal, instant cast a 50% increased damage Chain Lightning, and it overloads on every target. If you hit 5 targets, you're going to chunk people in Battlegrounds. I am like extremely excited to use this in rated battlegrounds because I will be able to just chain lightning, chain heal, chain lightning, chain heal, chain lightning, chain heal. It's going to be insane. You are going to be able to do so much healing for your group and so much damage against a group of targets. Just global after global after global. It's going to be crazy. Trust me, do not sleep on that legendary, which is why for battlegrounds I'm going to be going Echoing Shock, Earth and Rage again. I like Earth and Rage for battlegrounds for my talent choice because it's just passive damage. I don't have to think about it. I need to be mobile in battlegrounds. Earth and Rage still activates when you're in Ghost Wolf. Like I can Earth Shock this guy, and then Earth and Rage should still happen. There you go. When I'm in Ghost Wolf, so I can just like Flame Shock somebody, keep kiting, and yeah. The next rows of talents: Master of the Elements for battlegrounds, 100%. Nature's Guardian for battlegrounds, 100%. I'm going to run Primal Elementalist and Stormkeeper. It's pretty much the same set of talents that I'm going to run for Arena as I'm running for Rated Battlegrounds. For Rated Battlegrounds and normal battlegrounds, I will still be using Lightning Lasso. You could also potentially run Control of Lava in battlegrounds. If you are not if you're not helping run flags or doing anything like that, you might go Control of Lava, because honestly, Control of Lava is going to give you a lot more damage on your Flame Shocks, and you're going to be Flame Shocking people left and right in battlegrounds. You might want to run Counter-Strike Totem in battlegrounds against melee. If they jump on you, drop Counter-Strike, start kiting. They're going to like kill themselves, kite them into your team. Your team will help you out. I take Swelling Waves in battlegrounds, but I also take Spectral Recovery sometimes if I know I'm going to be running around a lot. Like if I'm in Warsong Gulch, I'll take Spectral Recovery. Arathi Basin, I'll take Spectral Recovery because I'm going from point to point, and it'll just give you a little bit of extra passive healing if you're kiting away from melee, etc., etc. Control of Lava, Sky Fury Totem, always pair those two together in battlegrounds. If you're doing rated battlegrounds, you might actually even do Ascendance to just kill flag carriers really fast. It's really up to you and what role you want to perform or what role you are going to perform in the rated battleground. If you are on the defense team as an ELE Shaman, you're not going to be using Control of Lava. It's not possible. Just don't do it. Use Lightning Lasso. You need more CC. If you're playing with like your flag carrier and a healer back in your base. But if you're on the offensive team going out to kill the flag carrier, which most of the time you probably will be, then run Sky Fury, Control of Lava, maybe take Ascendance. I personally wouldn't. I still think Stormkeeper is better, especially with that legendary. With the Chains of Devastation, you're going to be doing a lot more with Stormkeeper in battlegrounds. So, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. That's it for the talent guide. Let's talk about Conduits really fast. I'm going to try to make this as quick as possible. For PvP, I will only be using this Conduit if you are Necrolord. This Soulbind. But we're not talking about Soulbinds. We're going to talk about Conduits. For Conduits, for Arena, it's really up to you, but the ones that you're going to want to be looking for defense are Refreshing Waters and Vital Accretion. Vital Accretion gives you extra health on your Earth Elemental when you use it, which helps you survive. And if you have Nature's Guardian and you have Earth Elemental out, this will heal you for 20% of your maximum health. This increases your maximum health. If you have a Battle Master Trinket, that increases your maximum health, so Nature's Guardian will, boom, super heal you. 20% of your maximum health with Earth Elemental up with Vital Accretion, as well as a Battle Master Trinket will just super heal you. It's, don't sleep on that. Refreshing Waters is another thing that you can go. I would probably go Refreshing Waters and Vital Accretion if you have two defensive conduits in your tree. The Finesse Conduits, the best one's probably going to be Thunderous Paws for kiting away from melee. Spiritual Resonance isn't really that great in PvP because it only affects you with Bloodlust, so maybe in Rated Battlegrounds it'll be better, maybe at higher ranks it'll be better in Rated Battlegrounds, but right now it's not that great, 5 seconds, whatever, early on in the expansion. Crippling Hex is pretty good for PvP if you are constantly hexing DPS in Arena. And Hex is a 20-second cooldown now, by the way, so basically as soon as it comes off diminishing return, you're going to be able to Hex again. So having a almost, I'd say maybe 30% uptime on this 9% damage debuff, I don't know the exact math on the uptime there, but a 20-second cooldown, it lasts for 8 seconds, It's almost a 50% uptime. I'd say it's anywhere from 35 to 45% uptime on this damage reduction after you hex. As long as you're hexing on cooldown, it can be pretty good in arena. I'm pretty sure it can be dispelled. So, I mean, you know, the debuff. So maybe not. But I would just go Thunderous Paws. If you have a finesse conduit that you know, want to put something in, Thunderous Paws is going to give you more movement speed. For your potency conduits, you're probably going to 100% want to go with the conduit that buffs your Covenant ability. For me, that's Primordial Wave. It increases the chance that Primordial Wave has a chance not to have a cooldown. It just instantly resets. I would pretty much go that. 100% for Carrion, it buffs your Totem. For Night Fae, it buffs your big AoE thing. For Venthyr, it buffs or reduces the cooldown on your Chain Harvest. So, I mean, I would just use that 100%. And then the second conduit, you're probably going to want to go with the, what's it called? The one that buffs your Fire Elemental's duration. It's like, you can get it from the PvP vendor next week. It's like a 40% increased duration up to 15% or 50%, which makes your Fire Elemental last for 45 seconds. 30 seconds to 45 seconds. If you are running Primal Elementalist in PvP, which you should be, 45 seconds of your Fire Elemental being up means 45 seconds of your Flame Shocks being much longer. You know, that's pretty much the best part. And 45 seconds of just damage that's just going to be consistently going out just all the time. I mean, that's pretty much it. Meteor has a 1 minute cooldown, so you're still only going to be able to use that once per use of your Fire Elemental. So that's whatever, it doesn't really matter. But 45 seconds of just extra damage, 15 extra seconds of extra damage from your Fire Elemental is nothing to scoff at. That's pretty much it, guys. I tried to make this video as short as possible, but yeah, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I am completely out of breath now. I have been talking as fast as I can. This video on my recording says it's 40 minutes long already, so maybe I'll separate it into 2 parts. I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Keep doing you guys. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and yeah, have a good one. I'll catch you next time.